Hello and welcome back to Wild Sun Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne. Please do like and comment and subscribe and share this video if you are enjoying this video. And I think that you will, because we're making another paper chain. Because it's Friday and that's what we do. Okay, so last week we made a big paper chain link, double fold, out of a piece of paper that's this big. It is 1/8 of a piece of letter paper. And I didn't say this in last week's video when I first introduced this double fold link. It makes no difference if it's an A4 paper or an American letter paper. They're both kind of sort of the same size, close enough so that this pattern works with both papers. Don't worry about the measurements at all. So you can see that we could get this 4 of these papers this size across, and then we'd still have the other half of the paper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you get 8. And I was thinking, that's very lovely. What if we wanted to do something that was a little more delicate? So I'm taking one of these papers, folding it in half just to make a crease. And then we'll take these 2 pieces and fold them in half, just enough to know where we're going to cut. And you can see now that we have turned that piece of paper that we used last week into 4. And if we had 8 of, pieces of paper that were this big, then we multiply that times 4, and we get 32. So we can get 32 links out of 1 piece of paper. So let's get started. We start with a regular size of office paper in the color of your enjoyment. And we fold that in half. And then we fold this in half again, but fold the front to the front and the back to the back. It just makes the fold a little bit more equal. If this piece of paper has to fold around, it actually ends up making this length not wide enough. Yeah, so you don't have to super knock yourself out to be precise, but it's nice to get into the habit of folding the front to the front and the back to the back. I think because it lets us get kind of more accustomed to the pieces being similar. Okay, so now we're going to cut down these right where the fold is. So cut. I'm not going to cut this because the video is only going to be so long, and this is going to give me 8 links in each color, which will take an enjoyable amount of time to make this video. So let's use one blue, one of the dark blues, one of the greens, and one of the sort of teal colors. We can put everything away, All right. So now let's make these little papers. So again, we're going to take these long 3/4 pages. And I'm going to stack all of these together because this is just paper, it's not cardstock. And my scissors can easily get through that. And then we're going to fold this in half too to make them that long. So again, I'm going to stack because my scissors can do that pretty easily. Do a pretty good job of holding the sides so they don't, you know, as papers shift away from each other. And now we're going to fold these wider rectangles into very narrow rectangles. We have all of those. We'll have such a fun time. So when I was thinking about making this video, I thought, don't just make the exact same double fold shape that we made last time. Let's do something a little different. Now, we're doing something that's barely different. Let's see. So this is our pattern. We've got teal, green, dark blue, teal, green, dark blue. Let's keep this away from the heart. And we're going to do another dark blue. So you take one of our little papers, you fold it in half one way, and then in half the other way. Now last week when we made a diamond, we cut from this folded edge up to halfway, and I thought, let's be fun and fold and cut to about 3/4 of the way. You can see there. So I'm going to have it come to a point quite a ways down the paper. So let's do that, and I'm going to take, which one of these is sharper? I think these are. Okay, so again, I'm leaving a little bit of that fold right there, uncut. And then I'm going to come to a point down there that's about 3/4 of the way down this side. And then I'm going to cut from that point right to the corner. There. And then I'll cut an inner cut to make a hole, this hole in the link. Oh, and you can see that this outer line and inner line are parallel to each other. And then this line and this line are parallel to each other. Got that? I'll do this a bunch of times. You'll get to see this happening. Okay, so now we've got the blue, blue, teal, green, blue, blue, teal. Right here where the fold is, make sure that you don't cut it all the way down to the corner. And we're going to cut to about 3/4 of the way down the length, and then we'll cut from that point on our diamond down to the end, and then make a parallel cut there and a parallel cut there. So you end up with that shape. It's kind of tiny. There's the double fold. We open it up. We're going to put this half through the hole of the link we made before. Ta-da! Now we need green. By the way, I feel very lucky to not have any sort of arthritis issues in my hands. Yay! But some people do, and making these smaller cuts can be kind of annoying. So this kind of scissor, I'm going to unlock it by pulling this little button down, up, down, and then it springs open because of that spring. So these are Fiskars scissors. Easy action. Okay, so there's our folded corner. We're going to come up a little and fold 3/4 down. Uh-oh. Papers just fell behind me. I'm so sorry. I'm having a catastrophe behind me. I have this little shelving unit and it is falling down. I hope it doesn't make big noises, but I don't want to have to remake this video. It's very silly to make a choice to not save the shelving unit. That's all right. So this hand action for some reason is way more comfortable for people who have some strength issues or pain issues with their hands. So that can be very nice for you. Okay, so it goes green, teal, like that. And then we do a blue and a blue. So I did lots of talk in the last video. Remember that we're not going to cut all the way to the corner on the folded edge, but we do cut all the way to the corner on the open edge. There we go. In last Friday's video, I talked a lot about color choices for your paper chains. It seems a little repetitive for me to go over that again, so go look at that video last Friday. There is on my homepage for my all my videos, there is a playlist. You can go to the playlist headings, and there's one for making paper chains. So last week's video will be right there. So we've done dark blue, dark blue. Now we go back to teal. One of the other things that I didn't talk about last week that I think is important when talking about paper chain making is having an intention while we make paper chains. It's kind of like, did you ever hear about the little girl who lived in, I think you say Hiroshima, not Hiroshima? I think that's right. A city in Japan that the United States during World War II bombed with a atom bomb, hydrogen bomb, whichever. And this little girl, of course, was one of the many people, not of course, but she was living there, and she got very sick from the chemistry that was bombed upon her city. And she really wanted to get well, and she used an old Japanese kind of prayer technique of making 1,000 cranes. 1,000 being a nice sort of huge number. She didn't make it all the way through. She did end up crossing over to the world of spirit. But there are lots of books about her, and I'm sorry I don't remember her name, but if you looked up, if you went to a bookstore anywhere and looked up 1,000 paper cranes, I bet she would come up. And a lot of people have used paper chain making in that same way. A lot of people have used making origami paper cranes. And making paper chains can be a lovely meditation for one's health, for somebody else's health, for somebody's well-being in any stage or manner of in their lives. If a friend of yours has lost their job and needs a new job and they're kind of confused about what to do next, maybe a whole bunch of, your friend, you, and a couple other friends could make a paper chain of just wishing them good luck in their journey and search towards a new job, that it would be a job with the best outcome for everybody involved, that they would be happy at the job, they would have make a good wage, that they would be doing work that they liked and that was honorable work. All that kind of stuff. Whatever other kinds of things that they might need, like movable hours, that the job would have the kind of hours. So you could do it for anybody. You could do it, have a meditation about a birthday paper chain. We talked about that in the last video. So think about something you want or you want for somebody else, and make sure that you always sort of add the intention that I want the best thing for me or for this other person, or something even better, because maybe that person should, or you, I don't know, has something even more wonderful coming up in your life. And we wouldn't want to get in the way of angels or deities of our understanding or our own greater soul, and you say, this is the one thing that I must have. Sort of leave it open on the other end. This thing or something even better. So my wish for you, for us, is to have a very good thing, lots of good things in your life. These things you can probably think of a list of these things: health and wealth and friends and love, or something even better. So I wish that for all of us. This or something even better. And I blow this wish across the planet to sparkle its little love thoughts everywhere it goes. To you, to me, to the person next door. Great. Have a lovely time making a paper chain, and I'll see you next time.